This is order of operations practice video number 3. So make sure if you are following along with an assignment that I've given you, make sure that you are on the correct video. Order of operations practice number 3. If you're not following along on an assignment, you're just practicing on your own, then we're going to go ahead and get to it. So our first problem is going to be parentheses 15 plus 4 close parentheses plus 20 divided by 4. Now, as I have been doing, I'm going to go ahead and write my PEMDAS reminder just right over here on the side, just so we can refer back to it if we need to. Alright. Okay, so let's get right to it. So I'm going to start with my parentheses, because that's my first step. It's my P. So 15 plus 4 gives me 19. Now, once all the operations inside the parentheses, and in this case there was just one, but once all those operations are completed, then the purpose of the parentheses has been fulfilled, basically. So I can remove the parentheses and just put the product from those parentheses in there. So then I'm going to rewrite, because as I have stated before, when I move from one level to the next, I only want to have completed one operation. So in this case, I did the parentheses operation, the addition in the parentheses, and so could I have gone ahead and done the next step, which is going to be the division step? I could have, but I like doing it this way because it just allows for a visual that we've done it correctly, and it also is a good check, because when I finish, I should have 3 steps, because I have started out with 3 different operations. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the 20 divided by 4, which is going to give us 5. And I'm going to rewrite my 19 plus here, and so my final answer is going to be 24. Now, as I've shown you in previous videos, you can make the Superman shield, the Superman chevron, and that just shows you that you have completed it correctly. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3 steps, final answer. 1, 2, 3 operations, started with our parentheses, then we jumped over in the division because we were left with an addition and a division, and my D comes before my A, so I'm going to do the division first, and then my final step is this last addition step to get my final answer. Alright, so that was number 1. So let's move on to number 2. Okay. Alright, so number 2, we are going to have 9 minus 2 in parentheses plus 24 divided by 2. Alright, once again, I've got parentheses, so I'm going to do that one first. So 9 minus 2 gives me 7. Again, because I've completed all the operations inside the parentheses are gone. They've served their purpose. I no longer need to write them. I'm going to rewrite my remaining operations and numbers, and I'm left with 7 plus 24 divided by 2. 24 divided by 2 gives me 12, and I'm doing the division first because, according to my PEMDAS, I do division before I do addition. I'm going to rewrite my 7 and my plus there. And then so my final answer, 7 plus 12, gives me 19. And I've made my Superman chevron. Now the math on these, the computation's been pretty simple, so I've been able to keep everything within my Superman chevron. If I needed to do some computations, we really want to do those kind of out to the side here. We don't want to do them directly under. We want to save that area on our paper to rewrite the problem after we complete each step. And this becomes very, very important whenever we start doing algebra. Because when we have multi-step algebra problems, especially with multiple variables, we really, really need to be organized so that we can see each step. All right, let's do one more. All right, so we're on number 3 now. Slide over just a little bit so you can see the 3. So we're on number 3, and we are going to do 10 plus 41 minus 3, all in parentheses, and then we're going to divide by 24. Now, because I have multiple operations inside my parentheses, I need to think about which operation to do first. So I'm going to look at my PEMDAS. I've got addition and subtraction inside my parentheses. Now remember, the reason we write PEMDAS this way is to remind us that our addition and our subtraction, one does not necessarily come before the other. Same with multiplication and division. So if I'm left with the decision where I've got addition versus subtraction, I don't necessarily choose the addition first. I choose whichever one is furthest to the left, and then I'm going to work my way to the right. Alright, so I'm going to start with this 10 plus 41. Not because it's addition, but because it's the furthest one to the left. Okay, so 10 plus 41 gives me 51. Now since I still have an operation left, I'm going to keep my parentheses, because I haven't finished all the operations inside the parentheses, so that my parentheses need to hang around a little while longer. Pull down my divided by 24. So now I'm left with 51 minus 3 which gives us 48. Now, because this is the last operation inside my parentheses, now I can get rid of my parentheses. And so I am left with 48 divided by 24. And so my final answer is